Blast packing in, Yacine is going to take over control of Labs, but look at the early flank G2 have coming in. They're already pushed all the way down middle, but that plant's about to come through.
It's a lot of information, but with the amount of time that it's actually taken for them to get back into spot, their opponents are now watching for it. You can see keloqz's flanks has already been spotted, but it doesn't necessarily matter because G2 are finding all of the kills.
Yeah, just running over them at this point. Good shot from Drake, and with the right clicks coming in, a couple of these players still going to be pretty low. I love the stun going through, the push right after. Bonkar caught up close, but they don't know he's here, and he'll jump through to catch that snake bite down, and this makes it a little bit easier in theory to take these players out, but with just 5 HP for Drake, and this is about to be a push through here with the drone. Sayf's in a lot of trouble, and he gets picked off. I love that approach from G2, combining those two pieces of utility, getting rid of the danger of peeking into those closer range angles, but mixwell's now in trouble himself. Look where Yacine's made it to. He turns around at the wrong moment, though, caught unaware. And that's going to be a two-man advantage for G2 to play with now.
Damn, Mixwell almost got killed off just by the 2 shock darts alone. Leo almost pushing and pulling. Unfortunately, without that kill, it leaves them in a horrible spot. Bonkar, 1v5, both players in front of him alone, but they're just spamming him straight through the smoke. It is of economy, and not even just financially for G2, as they can now look to build up those ults. Oh, it doesn't quite check the corner quick enough, and hey, draken's gonna get a kill with the pistol.
Yeah, early pressure inside of bathroom, lurking inside of mid on the back of G2's early flanks that they had coming through in some of the previous rounds. I like that counterplay from Guild. It's conditioning G2 now that they cannot take that space as freely as they thought they could, and obviously with the man advantage now swinging the attacker's way, it's going to make the rest of this a whole lot easier. What was that shot onto keloqz? Boombot coming in. Mixwell ignores it completely, taking the kills instead. And although he'll fall eventually, there's a decent little hold inside of Bath. Still a man disadvantage to play with in the late round, and koldamenta's not taking a very favorable fight on range.
Yeah, this is looking incredibly shaky. I think a lot of it's going to come down to the flank of AvovA. koldamenta just a bullet away and hits the dink. But now it is left onto the clutch. Now, I remember there were some crazy statistics earlier about AvovA in clutch situations. We'll see what he can do here. First goes his way. Now, bear in mind, Draken only has 4 HP remaining, but Leo won't even let it come down to it.
Very nearly qualifying, just about making it, and then they fall at the last hurdle. And it's been a disappointment for this brand so far.
Oh dear, that's not the start that keloqz was looking for either. Now, G2 do actually have a buy into this round, so although that technically was more of a bonus in the last, because they had a flawless before that, they're going to end up in a pretty good spot. And already managing to trade things out fairly early. You're going to hear the showstopper coming through, although Yacine's getting delayed quite a bit. And actually, nukkye will pick him straight out of the air. He's low on HP, but he's still going strong. Already turning this into an advantageous position. With 45 seconds left, the spike was dropped for a moment, Mitch. But now we watch his Guild fall back.
Now, Leo playing one-handed here. He's going to start to move up and take some control over the B site. Well, no, I think it's his webcam, but it's kind of frozen, so that wasn't a pre-submitted photo that he went for.
30 seconds left.
I'll just do a beautiful, it's a very artistic pose. I like it. Oh, so koldamenta's just snuck by. Leo's going to be heard dropping out, potentially. No, he's made it down. 15 seconds left. This should be koldamenta's round.
Well, that's the thing, this kill is absolutely everything. He's almost trying to fake it out by putting down the dart, but now Sayf almost just has to try and stick this plant through, and knowing that he's going for it, even dying here wouldn't be a problem for koldamenta. He's already won the round for his team. There isn't enough time for the plant, and well, there'll be a little bit of extra credit.
Obviously, you can see Euro coming, but not the others. And now here we go. The push out towards site. Yacine with his blast packs probably going to try to close the distance and pursue them. He's on his way already, but he's caught on the way. The Hunter's Fury popped, won't find the connection at first. We'll see with Yacine dying, but Bonkar gets hit down to 45. Time going to be a constraint for them here with 30 remaining. A late flank coming in out of Leo. And he's giving away that he's still here. So he's not going to be able to get the jump on them. In fact, Leo's going to fall, and they need someone to take some space. It's Draken that they look to, and the Viper's Pit comes online. It's activated now to stop those rotations from coming through. But look at the position that we're seeing out of Mixwell. He might be able to catch them off guard here. As he comes around in towards Bath, he's very conscious of Sayf being in this position, and there's the frag. Okay, 4 versus 2, but you're playing against a Viper's Pit, and that's never going to be an easy closeout.
I think he's actually going to let it drop, though. Wants to try and get back for the after plants, which are going to be spam. Bonkar still trying to play around all of this. Utility has just got completely lost at all of the smokes, and although we're finally going to see those snake bites fall, I don't think they're going to buy anywhere near enough time. AvovA just sticking at least to grant it to half, and now Draken needs to come all the way through to try to do something, and he's already been picked off.
Beautiful. Now you're looking at an incredibly strong lead for G2, with this one being an eco out of guild.
Okay, see you later, Sayf. That's the thing as well, like, I'm liking the way that we're seeing some... Oh, no. Oh, no. That's got as bad as it could have done. And the remaining players are just stuck behind the smokes. But yeah, I'm liking the fact that G2
the grab
are having these, like, different pace rounds. Like, some incredibly passive, which you see these now slow rounds coming out from guild, almost waiting for someone to get aggressive and make a mistake. And then others, like this one, where they're flashing through positions, taking long control, battling in towards hookah as well. They're almost not giving guild any sort of break in terms of them having to consistently switch up how they're playing each of these rounds. And as of right now, keloqz is just going to walk through and almost earn his ultimate up.
So we see it very commonly in these days, whether it's to stop an Astra, a drone, or something of the sorts. keloqz up close, flash around the corner, well timed. Another one coming on through. They're not going to find anything off the back of it. In fact, he goes down to a blast pack out of Yacine. That is a strange engagement. Yacine from the grave getting a kill.
Yeah, they're consistently trying to use the teleporters as well, but they haven't really been baiting any of the rotations from G2. In fact, the second they tried to use one, a snakebite goes down. mixwell and draken have actually passed like ships in the night, but it seems like mixwell might have a decent idea of this. So although the cross has been taken, he's now almost this rat in the corner. The fact, though, that guild have gone back in the other direction, though, leaves a lot of this onto AvovA.
15 seconds left. They're pushing the B side. AvovA has it all to do, and he's been spotted now, having to get out of the corner. Shock darts coming his way. 5 seconds are just about on the clock. The plan comes in. If AvovA could have stopped it, the round was done, but now a retake has to be mounted. 2 versus 4. nukkye has a showstopper, but do you want to commit it? After spotting a player in the corner, he does, but Sayf was already out of there. What was that shot? Okay, well, that makes up for it. Now the round is doable. I don't think they go for a save just yet. You're going to try to force one more kill out of this, and all guild need to do is avoid giving that duel over. And, well, they've actually won the first one, so that's nice and clean. Team ace out of guild, 5-2. Though, grouped up and ready to push on in. Again, it's going to be mixwell taking the fight on the Sayf and winning it. The grab well not even needed this time around. That's the man advantage, and they keep on going with keloqz clearing out the rest of it. Looks like Draken might have actually found some really good timing to get a flank play on, because they are solely focused on the mid players right now. And as Yacine makes a lot of noise, and oh, they've spotted him. They've spotted him and hunted him down as well. Read by keloqz to go back and check that. Where do you go now? Guild, they're going to try to plant out in the open like that. There's so much utility still online for G2. They have all the angles to play with. Getting out of there is impossible. keloqz is just hunting them. And although he won't take Leo down, he's left him on 42 HP. And it's very easy to clean on up. Yeah, I felt like Guild, they really ran into a brick wall there, stalled in the side, and then figured, hey, let's just go for it anyways. Rolled the dice, but the shock darts were ready. The peak was perfect from... He's not really able to find anything with that. You know, you see the drone coming through, the missed shot. It gets me a little bit nervous, but with it being nukkye, you have to give him the room. You have to give him the faith. They're going to have a Cosmic Divide coming up, clearing the site completely. But again, Sayf's lurk play. We've seen this guy again and again try to get bathroom control and lose that duel to mixwell. Turns out that operator you mentioned earlier, Tom, was all he needed to win that duel in the end.
And they've used the Cosmic Divide as well to actually grant them the plant. And although there's a little bit of utility, I feel... Oh, actually, that's got Yacine. And now I'm starting to watch the position of keloqz, because they're almost trying to set up for the after plants already, but Sayf is just so aware. This operator really has been the be-all and end-all of this round, and it comes down to whether or not G2 can make the retake work.
Okay, good play by AvovA, still clearing the corner. That's at least going to be the first, evening up the numbers a little bit. But Hunter's Fury online for Guild right now. It's just going to be used up in a moment to fully clear it out, but they've already gotten it halfway. Now things get a little bit dangerous. He's going to hold it, knowing that Snakebite is down, but the clock isn't really in their favor with the halfway defuse. They've got to push quickly, and they won't get there in time. Diffused from right around to A little bit more, giving koldamenta that faster rotation time, but now they've realized, this is actually a B hit. And the showstopper should grant them a lot of space. Oh, that could be on.
Oh, he's going to shoot at the very last second, just hoping that he can hold them back to give them the afterplant. Something we haven't really seen too much. Draken as well is going to be waiting for someone to go into the teleporter, but they're actually all going through defender spawn. So his position...
mixwell's still on A. He was just putting his wall down for the retake. That's taken a long time. That's run a lot off the clock now. I mean, look, by the time they even make a move, it's already halfway. What? He's just gone on site with an operator like that. Blast packing in, punished immediately. Now the advantage is for Guild, and G2 have to rely on a big play coming out, and it
take that space by force.
The thing that gets me looking at Guild right now, is that Yacine seems to be going in a lot, trying to claim space, but...
oh, no.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, the cosmic divide. The problem is that there's not really a follow-up a lot of the time. It feels like he's going in, and if he dies, no one's ready to trade. They're not immediately seizing the space. We saw it just here in this round where it took quite a while as well. With nukkye down in the final round as well, that's Showstopper taken out of the equation. mixwell not on a good range to take that fight. As he falls, Yacine popping the reload, has a little bit of cover. Two players here ready to take down koldamenta. The nade was at his feet, holding inside the smoke. Sayf is good for one, and they'll easily close out AvovA. As in not really knowing for any aggression, this is where G2 need to show us what they have planned, because it's unlikely that the defense actually pushes up anymore.
Yeah, I think initially as well, G2 almost tried to fake out a bit of a rotation by throwing in an early screen and then putting the poison orb down in a similar position just to try and almost force players into peeking or rotating, but no one in Guild actually budged. They've just sat patiently knowing that Draken has actually held onto that cross. And now they have a little bit of utility of their own to try and slow down any push from G2.
Leo's come to join this A site. There's plenty to work with here for Guild with 3 players primed on site. But these smokes are locking them out completely, giving G2 the edge and closing towards the site. Going for that plant. Down goes the orb, and there's nothing found. Leo in for a double, but nukkye returns it instantly. keloqz, caught up close, is in trouble. He needs to keep this control for his teammates so he won't re-aggress around there. But as nukkye falls, the chances of this round going their way decrease exponentially. koldamenta with 79 health, keloqz with 24. The time at least, they can run it down, but now they know exactly where koldamenta is. Guild should be able to close this, going for the double peaks, but they go alone. Draken falls, the defuse on its way, but the recon's gonna reveal Yacine sat down up close. And look at this swing out of koldamenta, but Yacine luckily able to land it, keeping Guild alive. And at 8-5, Astrastar is down to really stop you from doing anything. As soon as that wall goes up, they can pop the one-way smoke, play on the other side of it, go in for a gravitational well, and start spraying on top. We'll see if anyone's going to actually be caught by that. For now, it seems like G2 got away with it fairly clean, and mixwell just comes running through the wall to catch an opening and a second at that. Sure, the boombot takes him in the end, but he's created so much space for his team. Oh, that's awkward. Oh, no, that's awkward. Never mind. Guild right back in this one now as keloqz is all alone.
He's hit the shot, but he hasn't got himself the kill for it, and it's looking like we might have an identical scenario of what we had, a force by a risky one taken from G2, and instead, it looks like Guild have managed to hold on. keloqz will do his best to try and earn as many ultimate orbs as possible, of course. Get himself into a position where in the future rounds, those Seekers will be available. At this point, not really much to find. He's still bringing them that little bit lower, but there is Draken to just close things out. 8-6.
Being so squishy doesn't really help. You notice, obviously, they went for the TP play, and then they're rotating back to B, but as you said, Tom, it makes no impact really. Like, you're not going to have heavy rotations in a round like this. You should be fairly confident in taking the majority of duels, and here's going to be a challenge for Yacine as these players group up around the corner. Now they've spotted him. He's in big trouble to flash. I don't know how he made it out of there alive, but that is a godsend for Guild. Flash through the wall. Yacine, oh, that's nice. But unfortunately, he's not able to connect anything with the recons that are coming on through. Sayf in a little bit of a different scenario, absolutely farming up a triple kill. And when it came down to this defensive side, and I think that's something we've heard from Barbar again and again. It's something that we've always questioned whether it was possible with a player like Yacine, but seems like Guild are slowly shifting towards a much, much cleaner playstyle than what we used to see from them before. Big rotates out of them this time, though. They are full stacking up this A side.
Yeah, they've lost a lot of control, and actually, nukkye is going to be taken down almost instantly. koldamenta trying to take a little bit of extra control, but Draken and Leo combine, and they're just pushing straight out. Leo with a triple kill in their bonus round, leaving mixwell in a 1 versus 4 to try and turn this around. This young...
The showstopper, they don't really have their Seekers for the info. They don't have the Viper's Pit. They're close to them, but they're not online. That gives G2 an opportunity. There's not that many lifelines for Guild to play with in this round, and already Yacine has been lit down to 5 HP. Nukkye's nade is pinpoint accurate. They're going to lock out long, push into sight, and this is looking incredible. Showstopper used up. Why not? Trying to seize the space, find a kill down below, and there it is. Nukkye able to eliminate Sayf. The follow-up isn't there, though, as Leo starts to dominate on this site. Draken in with another. That puts G2 on the back foot once more, but they're making a quick rotate. And Tom, the danger here is if they get the A side, and by now it very much looks like they will, they have the Viper's Pit to play with. Not ideal to have Sheriffs in it,
yeah,
but it's better than nothing.
Well, that's the thing. I'm curious if they actually invest it in this sort of scenario, especially low on HP, a Hunter's Fury on the other side. It leaves them in a bit of an awkward spot, and I feel like they need AvovA to get something here. Otherwise, mixwell might get picked off a little bit too easily. And considering how much they've already committed into this round, they wouldn't want to lose this for nothing.
And a big downside here is not... Oh, they've used a drone very early. They're not actually going to be able to clear out this ultimate, and AvovA can easily sneak back into it. That is a strange enough scenario. Mixwell's caught, though. Down goes the Viper's Pit, and AvovA has it all to do. A much more difficult time for him this time around, and Leo will shut it down before it even gets started. Plenty of time. He has as good a chance of spraying you down. Easy mid control on B. They just need the one player for long, which leaves them in a position where they're stacked up on this side. Nice ultimate coming out of Leo. Another tag. Plenty of damage. keloqz down to 50. And G2 wanted to shift things towards this A side. Now they're in a really tough spot because they don't have the drone to use to get back inside of that Viper's Pit. And just walking up there is basically suicide.
Oh, a chance to potentially catch out bonkar. That's given them an avenue that they definitely wouldn't have had before, and holds a couple of extra players onto the other side of the map. Now, sure, you do have Hookah almost completely locked out, but because the Viper's Pit isn't from within there, you can actually see Draken turn all the way back round. Sayf is already going to land one with the operator, leaving the remaining couple of players still kind of stuck in the mud and left with the decision of, do they actually fall back and try and make a play into A, or do they continue to push into this operator?
It's a pretty tough decision because you have to look at the position of keloqz with 10 HP. He can't really go through Hookah, and a solo push through long, like not splitting any of these other angles, yeah, it's just not the right play. So the TP is going to be taken, leaving keloqz behind. Oh no, he's on his way now, actually. Really confusing the Seekers on his way. They don't have time. If Yacine just manage it, oh, good flash, but yeah, they don't have it. That's a strange one on timing. And even though they get a bunch of kills, it just doesn't matter. Guild will hit double digits anyways. There's a little bit of a miscalculation on that. Clear, Boombot going forward. Just making sure that there's no one hiding around those corners that he can take down right here and now. Getting the plant's going to be difficult, but as we said, Cosmic Divide, that gives the opportunity. It's actually a deep Cosmic Divide. They're looking to get aggressive. Yacine taking down Nukkye with the ultimate, and although a couple of kills are going the way of Guild, G2 have rotated fully. They're looking for the B site now, and they're going to run right onto an open site and a free plant.
Yeah, the heals will at least come through for Guild, so they'll have much more of an opportunity in this retake. The shock dart doing a little bit extra damage, though. Taking Yacine back down, he needs to use up the last of those heals just to give him something into this round. And they're actually going to double up, try and take him on, face him individually, and the trade is decent. It will give them an extra gun, give mixwell something to play with in this 2v2 situation. AvovA a little bit wary that there could be someone coming in from behind, but he's spotting them as they run through, already leaving it down to just one. And G2, it would have been incredibly passive in the majority of their holds, forcing G2 into these slow round plays. And once again, they'll just be waiting to see if there is going to be any aggression.
And there might be. bonkar coming around that wall, trying to maybe catch an angle as he pulled his smoke back, maybe trick them into thinking that it was going to be online for a bit, getting out of position, giving him the frag, but no. Nothing happens for him, except for clearing out the majority of A mid. Replaces Star as well as that extra bit of security. Players spotted outside the B site. They're spotted outside A as well. So at this point for G2, it felt like they were looking for a late lurk. Now that isn't really an option with the information swinging towards Guild. So they have to come together and try to make this push happen. But Guild have got the read. They're rotating around. Even still, though, they've lost Sayf. They've spotted Leo towards the back of the site. G2 are in a really good position, but out of absolutely nowhere, Leo pulls up a triple kill, and this is looking like the round might be done and dusted. 10 seconds left for koldamenta to attempt the push onto site, but he's not going to even go for it. Just the operator pulled up, and he'll be out of there.
It's not quite the retake if they didn't take it in the first place.
That is the point, isn't it? Yeah, you don't even get the side.
Oh, God. I have to say, there's been a few things about this defensive side from Guild that I've absolutely loved, and I almost feel like it's like anti-Guild. Like what we've come to love of like, oh, you can already see the pieces looking to try and delay them as they go in towards this B site.
Good bit of information. 2 players at a minimum spotted by that Tiger. Gravwell in play, recon up above, and it's actually going to get a scan off as well. They know there's a player on the backside. Mixwell hunting him down, but draken turns and takes a double. The shock dart dealing with him right afterwards, but out comes Sayf, and he will keep the round safe. The lead safe as Guild or Viper's Pit or anything that can help them. This is a really tough round to try to win out, and they've lost nukkye immediately.
I've got your trail.
Oh, we were expecting a solid attack from the side of Guild. It's been anything but their defense has been unbelievable. G2 need to try and break that, but thus far it has been anything but a failure. A single round is all they've managed so far, and they are being picked apart once again. Just 2 men standing to try and hold on to this, make that one. AvovA, I mentioned it earlier, he's known for his clutches, but this is impossible.
Yeah, a little bit too much to ask. I think that's fair to say. At this point, we have to be looking at a map for Guild and a very impressive start in this series. One that I have to say, I was counting them out of at least this map